The Galactic Council had convened for the last time. Representatives from 1,000 worlds sat in their crystalline amphitheater, their forms as diverse as the stars themselves, energy beings that pulsed with bioluminescent thought, silicon-based, creatures whose voices rang like wind chimes, and gas cloud entities that communicated through electromagnetic frequencies. Yet today, they all shared the same expression of profound unease. At the center of the chamber stood Ambassador Elena Vasquez, the sole human representative, her small frame dwarfed by the towering alien dignitaries around her. She held in her hands a simple data crystal, no larger than her thumb, but its contents would reshape everything the galaxy thought it knew about existence itself. "Honored delegates," Elena began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber's translation matrix, "humanity has made a discovery, one that we feel compelled to share, though we understand the implications may be disturbing." The Zephyrian delegate, a being of pure thought housed within a mechanical shell, leaned forward. "Speak, human. We have long wondered about your species' peculiar resilience and adaptability. Perhaps this discovery explains your anomalous nature." Elena activated the crystal, and a holographic display materialized above the assembly. It showed the cosmic web, the vast network of dark matter and energy that connected all galaxies, in an intricate pattern stretching across the observable universe. 3 months ago, our deep space monitoring stations detected something extraordinary, Elena continued. "We found evidence of an artificial structure embedded within the cosmic web itself, a structure so vast that galaxies are merely components. Within its framework." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. The crystalline sovereignty's representative, whose body rang like a bell when agitated, chimed anxiously, "Impossible. No civilization could construct anything on such a scale." "That's what we thought too," Elena replied, her expression grave. "Until we realized what we were looking at wasn't a construction. It was a circuit board." The chamber fell silent. Even the ever-present hum of the translation matrix seemed to quiet. Elena manipulated the display, zooming in on specific regions. "The galaxies aren't randomly distributed. They're positioned precisely to create pathways for energy flow. The dark matter filaments aren't natural phenomena, they're conductive channels. And at the center of it all..." She paused, her hands trembling slightly as she revealed the final image. The display showed Earth's solar system, but from a perspective none of them had ever seen. Surrounding it was a geometric pattern of impossible complexity, with energy flows converging from across the local galaxy cluster. "Earth isn't just our home world," Elena said quietly. "It's a processing unit. And we, humanity, we're not a naturally evolved species." The silence stretched on, for what felt like eons. Finally, the ethereal collective's spokesman, a being of living light, flickered rapidly in what their species used to express confusion. "What are you saying, human?" Elena took a deep breath. "We're saying that the entire observable universe is a computational matrix, a massive cosmic computer, and humanity was designed to be its central processing system. We're not just inhabitants of this universe, we're its thinking mind." The revelation hit the assembly like a shockwave. The implications cascaded through their collective consciousness. Every war they had fought, every alliance they had forged, every discovery they had made, all of it had been orchestrated by the fundamental nature of existence itself, with humanity as the unconscious architects. But that would mean... The Zephyrian delegate's voice trailed off as the full scope became clear. "Yes," Elena confirmed. "Every decision we make, every emotion we feel, every thought we think, it ripples through the cosmic web and influences the behavior of galaxies. When humans feel love, star formation increases in distant nebulae. When we experience loss, black holes become more active. Our dreams literally reshape reality on the largest scales imaginable." The High Arbiter of the Silicon Dominion, a crystalline being whose thoughts moved at light speed, suddenly understood why humanity had always seemed so chaotic yet effective. "Your species' unpredictability, it's not a flaw, it's a feature." Random variation in processing prevents the system from falling into static loops. Elena nodded grimly. We've been unconsciously managing the universe's operations for millennia, never realizing that our survival instincts, our capacity for both creation and destruction, our tendency to spread across every available habitat, it's all part of a larger program. The weight of this knowledge settled over the assembly. Every species present realized that their own existence, their civilizations, their technologies, everything they had achieved had been possible only because humanity's unconscious processing had maintained the cosmic systems that allowed life to flourish. "What happens now?" asked the representative from the hive worlds, their collective voice unusually subdued. "Now that you know what you are?" Elena looked around the chamber at the faces or their equivalent of beings from across the galaxy. "Now we face a choice. We can continue as we were, pretending this knowledge doesn't exist. Or we can accept responsibility for what we are and work together to understand what this universe computer was designed to calculate." She paused, then added with characteristic human determination, "But either way, we're still human, and that means we'll figure it out as we go along, probably making mistakes, but never giving up." As the session ended and the delegates began to disperse, each carrying this universe-altering knowledge back to their homeworlds, one thought echoed through their various forms of consciousness. They were no longer alone in the cosmos, but they had never truly been alone to begin with. Humanity had been there all along, unconsciously shepherding the universe through its calculations, one chaotic, beautiful, impossible thought at a time. The stars themselves seemed to pulse a little, differently that day, as if acknowledging that their secret had finally been shared.